Before history was written, forgotten gods, lost civilizations, mythological storyteller.
Cybele, mother of mountains, earth, and life. The awakening of the earth. Before the concept of time was defined by humans, the world was silent. Mountains had just risen. Rivers were still searching for their paths, and the wind did not yet know its own name. The bond between sky and earth was unbroken. Gods, humans, and nature lived together as one. In that age, a power rose from the heart of the soil. At the highest point of the mountains, from stone, earth, and roots, a being was born. She was neither merely a goddess nor simply a spirit of nature. She was life itself. Her name was Cybele. At her birth, mountains trembled, lions howled. The earth breathed consciously for the first time. Where Cybele walked, the soil came alive. Where she touched, sprouts emerged. Her hair was like the wind, sometimes gentle, sometimes destructive. Her eyes were as deep as night and as bright as day. She was the giver of life, but she was also the destroyer. She was compassionate, yet when her wrath awakened, no force could stop her. Before humans built cities, Cybele already existed, and when humans appeared, they called her the Great Mother. Cybele's throne was not made of palaces. Her throne was the mountains themselves. She sat upon the rocky peaks of Phrygia, watching the valleys below. At her side were always two lions, symbols of her power, proof that even wild nature bowed before her. People feared Cybele, yet they loved her, because the earth grew fertile through her. Animals multiplied with her permission. Women gave birth in her name, but Cybele was also a trial. When humans betrayed the land, became greedy, and ignored nature, Cybele fell silent. Rain ceased, the soil dried, animals vanished. For this reason, people beat drums, danced wildly, offered sacrifices. To please her was to protect life itself. One day, an extraordinary child was born in the lands of Phrygia. His name was Attis. Attis was no ordinary child. His eyes reflected the color of the sky. His hair shone like golden wheat. Flowers bloomed where he walked. Animals grew calm when they heard his voice. When Cybele looked down from the mountains, she saw Attis, and for the first time, her heart trembled. This was a dangerous feeling for a goddess, for it was love. Cybele watched Attis from afar. She protected him, guided the winds, cleared his path. As Attis grew, he unknowingly grew with the breath of the goddess. But Attis was mortal, and the fate of mortals never aligns with that of gods. When Attis became a young man, his fame spread throughout Phrygia. People spoke of his wisdom, his beauty, and his bond with nature. One day, Attis fell in love with a king's daughter. Preparations for a wedding began. The drums now beat, not for Cybele, but for humans. From the mountain peaks, Cybele learned of this. The earth cracked. The wind changed direction. The lions grew restless. Within Cybele, love, jealousy, rage became entangled. What belongs to me, she said, cannot belong to another. But Attis was mortal. He had his own path, and the goddess could not accept this. When the wedding day arrived, Cybele descended from the mountains, but this time, not with compassion, but with fury. The drums began to beat, but this was no celebration. The sound turned into an echo that shattered the human mind. Attis's thoughts darkened. He could no longer tell reality from illusion. A crushing guilt rose within him toward his body, his fate, and the goddess. In his madness, Attis castrated himself. Soon after, he died. The earth was stained with blood. Flowers withered. The sky darkened. With Attis's death, Cybele's world collapsed. The goddess wandered the mountains for days, tore at her hair. Her screams echoed through the valleys. Where she wept, rivers overflowed, trees shed their leaves. The world fell into winter. For the first time, despite her power, Cybele was helpless. The gods could not endure her grief. The gods gathered and made a decision for Attis. He would not fully return, but he would not completely vanish either. Each year, he would die in winter and be reborn in spring. That is why, when spring arrives, nature awakens, flowers bloom, the earth stirs. This is the breath of Attis. Cybele accepted it, for life is meaningful only through death. People passed this legend down through generations. In Cybele's name, frenzied dances were performed, drums played until dawn. Priests, the Galli, devoted themselves. These rituals symbolized surrender to nature. Cybele was no longer merely a goddess. She was life itself, the whisper of the Great Mother. Even today, when the wind blows from the mountains, when the earth cracks, when spring arrives suddenly, some say Cybele still whispers, "As long as I exist, life will endure."